Luka Doncic was traded to the Los Angeles Lakers for Anthony Davis. This has to be one of the biggest trades in NBA history. I know for a fact this is the biggest trade that I've ever seen in my life. So today we're going to be rebuilding the Los Angeles Lakers around Luka Doncic and seeing what happens. He's paired up with LeBron James, which is insane. LeBron James been the face of the league for the last 2 decades now, and now Luka Doncic, the future face of the league, is with the Los Angeles Lakers. Whereas the Dallas Mavericks got themselves Anthony Davis, a win-now player paired up with Kyrie Irving, Daniel Gafford, Lively, PJ Washington, and Klay Thompson. So for both teams, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Of course, in my opinion, the Lakers won this trade, getting themselves a triple-double king in Luka Doncic. So let's see what we can do here. Hopefully we can win Luka Doncic a championship. We're going to be rebuilding the Lakers and probably rebuilding the Dallas Mavericks in the next video. And if you are new, make sure to drop a thumbs up and subscribe for more NBA 2K rebuilds. So this is what the starting 5 will be looking like as of right now. We have Austin Reeves at the point guard position, Luka Doncic at the shooting guard position, Dorian Finney-Smith, LeBron James, and Jackson Hayes. So it's pretty obvious that the LA Lakers need a new center on their team. Jackson Hayes can't really be a starting center for a championship team in my opinion. So what we're going to do is simulate until the trade deadline and go acquire ourselves a new center, which I think will make us a lot better. But let's see how game 1 goes with Luka Doncic on the Lakers against the San Antonio Spurs. So game 1 with Luka Doncic was a loss, but let's see how Doncic played. So Luka had 30 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists in his Los Angeles Lakers debut, which is a really good game. Of course, chemistry still needs to be built, and Jackson Hayes is the starting center. And of course, if we run with this lineup, I don't think we're going to be much good. We need a good center on our team. So that's exactly what we'll be doing here at the trade deadline. I'm stopped here at the trade deadline, and we're going to be targeting Walker Kessler from the Utah Jazz to be our new starting center. He's one of the best rim protectors in the league. He's a good rebounder and a decent offensive player, so I think he would be that perfect center to have on our team. We're going to send away Maxi Kleber, and we could also include a first round pick. Since the Lakers only had to give up 1 first rounder for Luka Doncic, they still have 1 more first rounder that they can use in a trade, and a bunch of second rounders, which is cool. So let's see what the Utah Jazz say for Maxi Kleber and a first round pick. I don't think we're going to be able to get Walker Kessler. I really hope we're able to, but I'm not sure if that we'll be able to. If not, there should be a few other starting centers that we could go and target. They are declining still with 3 second rounders, 1 first round pick, and it looks like we may not be getting ourselves Walker Kessler unless we include Christian Wood. And yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get Walker Kessler on our team, which is totally fine because we can go and target someone else, a different starting center. And yeah, Walker Kessler we're not going to be able to get from the looks of things, and I'm definitely not trading Dalton Connect. I also tried trading for Nick Claxton, and that trade did not work, so now we're going to be targeting Clint Capella. There's been rumors Capella is on the trade block, so I'm pretty sure that the Atlanta Hawks will accept this trade. Let's see what they say. We get ourselves Clint Capella and Mohammed for Jared Vanderbilt and Maxi Kleber. We're probably gonna, yeah, they gave us a counter offer. They want 1 second round pick, so that's nothing for us. Let's go ahead and pull that trade off, and now we acquired ourselves a new starting center in Clint Capella. In my opinion, our team just got a lot better. We needed a good defensive rebounding big man, and we got just that. So this is going to be our starting lineup for this season. We have Austin Reeves, Luka Doncic, Dorian Finney-Smith, LeBron James, and Clint Capella. And then off the bench, we're going to have Rui Hachimura, Dalton Connect, Shake Milton, and Gabe Vincent. I think we also need ourselves a backup center, because on the bench, we have way too many guards. So let me go try acquiring ourselves 1 more backup center before we advance past the trade deadline. Jonas Valanciunas would be the perfect backup center to have on our team. We can even possibly start him if we want instead of Clint Capella. So let's go ahead and offer the Washington Wizards Gabe Vincent. They give us a counteroffer. We're definitely not giving up Austin Reeves. But we will give up this first round pick, and they still decline. What about a first rounder in a few seconds? Should possibly get it done. They really want Austin Reeves, and we're both most definitely not giving up Austin Reeves. So it looks like we're not going to be getting Jonas Valanciunas. Now we're here talking with the New York Knicks for Mitchell Robinson to be our new backup center. I tried talking with the Washington Wizards. They did not want to accept our trade without us including Austin Reeves. So now we're going to try acquiring Mitchell Robinson, who's one of the best offensive rebounders in the league. He's a really good defender. Let's see if we can acquire Mitchell Robinson to be our new backup center. He can possibly even start for us. He's still only 26 years old. And yeah, he could be our starting center or backup center. We're going to have to send away Jackson Hayes and Gabe Vincent. Let's see what they say. They want Cam Reddish for Tyler Kolek and a second round pick. And I'm totally fine with this. This is an awesome trade for our team. And now we acquired ourselves two amazing centers in Clint Capella and Mitchell Robinson. In my opinion, we can most definitely win a championship this season. I'm excited to see how things go. Our starting lineup is going to include these 5 players, and now our bench will have Mitchell Robinson, Rui Hachimura, Dalton Connect, and Shake Milton. I'll be simulating until the end of this season, and let's see if Luka Doncic could win the Lakers a championship in season number 1. At the end of season number 1, Nikola Jokic wins MVP. Luka Doncic was not able to win MVP because he didn't play the amount of games you need to win an award, which is 65 games, since he was injured throughout a lot of the games of this season. Alexander Sarr wins Rookie of the Year, Bobby Portis Jr. winning 6th Player of the Year, Wemby DPOY, Amin Thompson wins Most Improved, Trae Young Clutch Player, Mark wins Coach of the Year, and the New York Knicks win Executive of the Year. Let's see if we get any All-NBA selections, and we do get LeBron James on All-NBA 3rd team, but no Luka again because he didn't play 65 games. Anthony Davis also makes All-NBA 2nd team. We'll also check up on how the Dallas Mavericks played this season after acquiring Anthony Davis. Do we get any all-defensive teams? We do not. There's AD once again, but we don't get anyone there, which is totally fine. And we were the 6th seed. We barely made it into the playoffs for some reason. We were losing a bunch of games, which is kind of scary. As you guys can see, the Dallas Mavericks, when they traded for AD, I believe were the 7th or 8th seed, and now they're the 4th seed. So clearly this trade worked out for the Dallas Mavericks in 2K at least. And in my opinion, the Dallas Mavericks getting Anthony Davis is a win now kind of move. Luka Doncic wasn't injured throughout a lot of the season, but it still doesn't really make sense. Even though it's a win now move, Luka Doncic was also a win now player, so I'm not really sure why they would make this trade. It doesn't make much sense, but it is what it is. Maybe they just wanted defense. That's what people are saying, that their GM said defenses win a championship, so I guess that's why they acquired Anthony Davis. But yeah, the Dallas Mavericks won a ton of games, as you guys can see, in 2K simulation after acquiring AD, compared to us, where we kind of struggled for some reason. I'll show you guys the player stats here in a second. Here are the player stats for our team. So Luka Doncic averaged 29 points per game, 9.5 rebounds, and 9 assists per game. So almost averaging a triple-double on really good efficiency. He had an amazing season. So did LeBron James, averaging 23 points per game, 6.5 rebounds, 8.5 assists per game on amazing efficiency, shooting 40% from the 3-point line. Austin Reeves, 18 points per game, really good season. Rui Hachimura with 11.5 points, 9.5 from Mitchell Robinson, 9 from Clint Capella, 9 from Dalton Connect, 8.5 from Dorian Finney-Smith, and then the rest of the guys. So this was a pretty good season. We did lose a bunch of games, so hopefully we can turn it up a notch and start winning here in the playoffs. Let me fix up our player minutes, and then we'll see how far we can get in this playoff run. Alright, I fixed up our player minutes. In round number 1, we're going to be going up against Minnesota Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards, Mike Conley, Jaden McDaniels, Julius Randle, and Rudy Gobert. So they didn't make any changes to their starting 5. They didn't make any changes to their bench unit as well, but they were the 3rd seed, so let's see what happens here. Game number 1 is a loss for us. LeBron James had 28, 21 from Luka. Game number 2 is a win for us. Let's go. Luka putting up 39 points, 11 rebounds, and 7 assists. 31, 6, and 13 from LeBron James. Game number 3 is a loss for us, which puts them up 2-1. Austin Reaves 24. Luka struggled big time in this game, and he's struggling offensively, only shooting 30% from the field. What I'm going to do is switch up Austin Reaves and Luka Doncic's positions, and the reason for that is I don't want Anthony Edwards guarding Luka anymore. Anthony Edwards is an elite defender, and him guarding Luka may be the reason why Luka is struggling. So let's switch him to point guard and see how things go. Game number 4 is a win, which means we tie it up. Luka Doncic had a triple-double, 29 points, 12 rebounds, 17 assists, 25 from LeBron James, 20 from Austin Reaves. Let's go. Hopefully we can go up 3-2 here, which will give us a huge advantage. They do have home court advantage here. Let's see what happens. So far they do have the lead on us, and they're up by 6 with 6 minutes remaining, and it looks like they're going to be winning by 5 points. We almost came back there in the 4th quarter, but not quite there yet. Luka Doncic had 27 points, 16 rebounds, and 10 assists. So Luka's been playing amazing. He was struggling the first few games, but in order for us to win, we need him playing amazing. Let's see if we can tie up the series here and go to a game 7. We'll jump into game 6. We do have home court advantage, so hopefully we can get this win here. And so far we are losing, and it looks like we're going to be eliminated in the first round. We almost came back there in the 4th quarter. Oh god. We lost by 2 points. LeBron James had 35, 26 from Austin Reaves, another triple-double from Luka Doncic, but we still fell short sadly, which means we're going to have to make some moves this offseason in order to make us championship contenders. But the Dallas Mavericks are in the 2nd round. They defeated the San Antonio Spurs in 5. And now they're facing up against the Phoenix Suns. Let's see how AD is playing so far. He's averaging 24 points per game, 9 rebounds, 2.5 assists, 2 blocks on really good efficiency. Let's see if AD could go ahead and win a championship in the first season. Game 1, they do win. They also win game 2. They lose game 3. They're up 3-1 now. The gentlemen sweep the Phoenix Suns, and now they're in the conference finals. Amazing. They're going to be taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Let's see if AD is going to be able to win a championship here. That would honestly be pretty cool. Game number 1, they do lose. They also lose game 2. They do win 3. They're down 3-1. They do win game 5. They tie up the series, so it's going to game 7. Anthony Davis versus Anthony Edwards. Let's jump into Simcast and see if AD could win this game. It would be nice to see Anthony Davis win a championship, so hopefully he does. Let's see what happens. So far, AD does have the lead, and it looks like Anthony Davis is making it to the NBA Finals in the first season of him being traded. Anthony Davis goes on to win Western Conference Finals MVP, Jason Tatum, Eastern Conference Finals MVP. So it's the Dallas Mavericks taking on the Boston Celtics. Hopefully Anthony Davis wins this series. Let's see what happens. Game number 1 is a loss for the Mavs, and they also lose game 2, but they win game 3 and 4, but they do lose game 5. Let's jump into Simcast. Hopefully AD could go out there and ball out and get them this win, which so far they are winning this game by quite a lot, so it looks like they're going to be pushing it to game 7. AD had 28 points. Game 7, the whole season is on the line, the championship's on the line. Boston Celtics have home court advantage. Let's see if AD could go out there and win himself a championship, and so far they are winning, but the Boston Celtics are pushing back. They're up by 6. Let's slow this down a little bit, and it looks like, whoa, that almost came back, but it looks like Anthony Davis and the Dallas Mavericks go on to win a championship. So the Dallas Mavericks, in 2K at least, won the trade by the looks of things. Anthony Davis goes on to win Finals MVP. If the Mavericks' goal was to win now and win a championship this season, they completed that goal and they won Klay Thompson his 5th championship, and Klay was playing horrible. But AD and Kyrie carried this team and won themselves a championship. That's amazing to see. Hopefully LeBron James isn't retiring and he's trying to retire. We're going to overturn his retirement. I'm going to overturn a few more of these players, and then I'll be seeing you guys either at the NBA draft or at free agency, where we're going to be pulling off some insane trades. LeBron James declined his player option, which means he's now a free agent, but we do have bird rights on him, which means we can bring him back to our team, luckily. And he is 40 years old, but we're going to bring him back anyways to have him continue playing alongside Luka Doncic. There's rumors going around that LeBron James may be traded. I'm not sure how true those rumors are, but in today's video, we're going to keep him for as long as we can. So we can offer him a 2-year contract around $15 million a year. Hopefully, if we give him a 2-year contract, he won't try to retire next off season. So let's go ahead and offer him that trade. We also have to bring back Clint Capella, which I totally forgot about. He wants $20 million a year. We can give him around 15, which I'm totally fine with. A 2-year contract, $15 million. We do need Clint Capella to continue being our starting center, so we're going to give him that contract. 2 years, $30 million for Clint Capella. 2 years, $104 million for LeBron James. And both of them do sign, which means we keep both of those players on our team. And now I'm not sure what we're going to do, but I think we're going to be pulling off a trade for our backcourt, which means we may be trading away Austin Reeves, since we need a good defender beside Luka Doncic. And Austin Reeves isn't really the best defender, so having a good defensive shooting guard beside Luka Doncic should most definitely help. And that way we could put Luka Doncic back at the point guard position instead of him playing that shooting guard position. We're going to be targeting Mikal Bridges from the New York Knicks to bring on our team to pair up with Luka Doncic and LeBron James. He's an amazing defender, amazing 3-point shooter. He could average around 15 to 20 points per game. So let's go ahead and try acquiring him, where we send away Austin Reeves, Shake Milton, Mohamed, and Tyler Kolek for Mikal Bridges and Cam Jones. And they do decline. Let's take Cam Jones out of this, and it gets done. We got ourselves Mikal Bridges, but we're not done there. What I think we're going to be doing is also upgrading our small forward position. I like Dorian Finney-Smith. He's a good defender, but I think we can upgrade that position in order to make us one step closer to a championship. We're going to be pulling off this trade here for Aaron Nesmith and Obi Toppin. In my opinion, this is a perfect trade for our team. Aaron Nesmith is a really good 3-point shooter, a good defender, and could be that perfect small forward for our team. And we also get Obi Toppin, who could be the perfect 6th man for our team. A good 3-point shooter, good offensive player, so he'll fit that 6-man role perfectly. Let's go ahead and pull this trade off here with the Indiana Pacers acquiring ourselves Aaron Nesmith and Obi Toppin. We're going to be signing Nickeil Alexander-Walker in free agency to be our new backup point guard. We can get him on the minimum contract, so we're going to go ahead and offer him that, which he should accept. We can also get Bruce Brown if we want, but I would like to give him a 2-year contract. I'm going to see if we're able to get him. Nickeil Alexander-Walker does accept the contract. Let's see if we can get Bruce Brown on a 2-year contract, and he does decline. But let's see if we try that once again on day 12. He should hopefully accept, and where did he go? He's right there. 2-year contract, and he declined, so we're not going to be able to get Bruce Brown. But we did get Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and I'm going to move his position over to point guard. He'll be that perfect backup point guard for us. Now I'll be seeing you guys at the start of this coming season. And here we are at the start of this season with our new starting 5 that's going to include Luka Doncic, Mikal Bridges, Aaron Nesmith, LeBron James, and Clint Capella. And then off the bench, we're going to have Dalton Knecht, Obi Toppin, Mitchell Robinson, and Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And Lakers legend Taurean Prince somehow ended back up on the Lakers. The 2K simulator brought him back on this team, and I'm obviously kidding, he's not a Lakers legend at all. But this time around, Darvin Ham is not here to give him minutes, so he won't be playing in our rotation. But yeah, this season, I think we're a championship team. I'm excited to see how things play out. LeBron James is going to be retiring this offseason, as you guys can read right there. He's going to be retiring this offseason, so we got to do everything we can in order to win LeBron James and Luka Doncic a championship this season. So now I'll be simulating until the end of the season or the trade deadline if there's any trades to be made. But let's simulate through game 1 and see how we play. And it's a loss to the Memphis Grizzlies. That's pretty insane, but hopefully that was just because our chemistry is not built yet. So I'm going to start simulating either until the end of this season. If not, I'll be seeing you guys at the trade deadline to pull off some more trades. I'm stopped here at the trade deadline, and we're going to be pulling off this trade here with the Denver Nuggets, where we get ourselves Christian Braun. He's having an amazing season, almost shooting 40% from the 3-point line. He's also a really good defender, so he's going to be our new starting small forward. We have to send them Aaron Nesmith. The reason we're trading Nesmith is he's been struggling a ton offensively, as you guys can see, shooting 34% from the 3-point line and 41% from the field. So we're going to go ahead and send Aaron Nesmith a first-round pick and a second-rounder for Christian Braun to be our new starting small forward. Now this is what our starting lineup will be looking like. We have Luka Doncic, Mikal Bridges, Christian Braun, LeBron James, and Clint Capella. I don't think we'll be making any more trades, so I'll be seeing you guys at the end of this season. We're also going to be re-signing Luka Doncic. He's down to sign an extension with us, so let's go ahead and give him a 2-year extension with our team. And the same as Mikal Bridges, we'll give him around 2 years, $25 million annually. Let's try seeing if we can make that flat 2 years, $50 million contract, and he accepts. And here we are at the end of this season, where our boy Luka Doncic wins MVP, averaging a 30-point triple-double. 30 points per game, 10 rebounds, 11.5 assists, as well as 2 steals and a half a block, shooting 50, 40, 80. Amazing season from Luka Doncic. I'm excited to see what we do here in the playoffs. Hopefully we can win a championship. Dylan Harper wins Rookie of the Year, Cooper Flagg wins Sixth Player of the Year, Wemby wins DPOY, Marcus Sasser wins Most Improved, Jason Tatum Clutch Player, Greg Popovich Coach of the Year, and we win Executive of the Year, winning 54 games and losing only 28. Of course, we get Luka Doncic on All-NBA First Team, and let's see if we get anyone else here. We do not get LeBron James, but that's alright. And do we get anyone on All Defensive Team? We don't. There's Anthony Davis once again on All Defensive First Team. This time around, we were the 4th seed. Again, we didn't win as many games as I would hope with Luka Doncic, but it is what it is. I still think we could win ourselves a championship. The Dallas Mavericks with Anthony Davis were the 2nd seed, so clearly the Mavericks have been having a lot of success ever since they got themselves Anthony Davis. Let's see how Anthony Davis played. He averaged 21 points per game, shooting really good, almost 10 rebounds per game. And then Kyrie with 24 points per game. So yeah, the Mavericks are a really good team. Let me show you guys how the Lakers played. Let me show you guys our player stats. So of course, Luka Doncic averaged a 30-point triple-double. Right behind him was LeBron James, averaging 19.5 points, 5 rebounds, 8.5 assists. 16 points per game from Mikal Bridges on really good efficiency, shooting 38.5% from the 3-point line. Christian Braun with 12.5 points, amazing season from him. 12 from Dalton Connect, amazing 6-man for our team. 10 points from Clint Capella, 10 from Obi Toppin, 8 from Mitchell Robinson, and 5 from Nickeil Alexander-Walker. In round number 1, we got ourselves the Oklahoma City Thunder, so this is going to be a scary series, and somehow they got themselves Russell Westbrook back on the Thunder, so that's pretty cool because he's going to be retiring this offseason. Says it right there, it's time for him to move on. This will be his last season, so that's kind of cool that he's back on the OKC Thunder to spend his last season in the NBA. But this team is stacked. They have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Cason Wallace, Luke Dort, Jalen Williams, and Chet. So they have 390 overall players in their starting lineup. Russell Westbrook, Jalen Smith, Aaron Wiggins, and Ben Simmons. So this team is pretty scary, dude. Let's see how things go. I'm going to fix up our player minutes, and then hopefully we can defeat the OKC Thunder. I fixed up our player minutes, so let's see if we can defeat the OKC Thunder. Game number 1 is a win for us. Luka Doncic drops 39 points, 7 rebounds, and 15 assists. LeBron James with 39, 11, and 8. At 41 years old, he put up almost 40 points that game. Almost had a triple-double. Game number 2 is a loss for us. Mikal Bridges 28, but sadly we fell short. Game number 3 is also a loss for us. Okay, so Doncic had 38, 9, and 10, but we still fell short. So this is where we're going to come up with a defensive coach game plan before we advance to the next game. Alright, I came up with a really good defensive coach game plan. Let's see if we can tie up the series here. We'll jump into Simcast. Hopefully win this game. The OKC Thunder do have home court advantage, and so far they are beating us by a lot. It looks like we're going to be going down 3-1, sadly. Luka Doncic had 27, 7, and 13, 17 from Christian Brown, 17 from LeBron James, but we still fell short. Hopefully we can tie up the series. I've seen comebacks from 3-0 in 2K simulation. I've done it myself, so it's still possible. I am going to change up our player shot tendencies a little bit before we do decide to advance. Game number 5, we have home court advantage. Let's see what happens here, and so far it's a back and forth battle. We do have the lead at the moment, but they are pushing back. We're up by 7, 4 minutes remaining. We're up by 4. Let's slow this down a little bit in case we need to jump in. And we do end up winning. Let's go. Luka Doncic had 28 points, 16 assists, 24 from Mikal Bridges, 21 from LeBron James, and 15 from Christian Brown. In order for us to win, we need Christian Brown and Bridges playing really good, just like they did in this game. Because Christian Brown was struggling the first few games, but the past 2 games he's been playing really good. Game number 5, the OKC Thunder do have home court advantage. If we win this game, we push it to a game 7. So let's see what happens here. So far, we do have the lead, but it's still a close game, and it looks like we're running away with it. We're going to be pushing it to a game 7. Let's go. We win that game by 21 points. Luka Doncic, 33 points, 9 rebounds, and 14 assists, as well as 4 steals. So he's playing really good defense as well. 27 points from LeBron James, 22 from Mikal Bridges, 12 from Obi Toppin, and 10 from Christian Brown. Game number 7, with the whole season on the line, we do have home court advantage. Let's see if we can win and advance to the next round. So far, we do have the lead, but hopefully we can continue playing just the way we've been playing. And it looks like we are going to be winning. Let's go by almost 40 points. So we blew out the OKC Thunder. Luka Doncic had a 33-point triple-double. LeBron James had a 31-point double-double. Mikal Bridges with 29, 19 from Christian Brown, 9 and 14 from Clint Capella. Now we advance to face up against the San Antonio Spurs, who have Fred VanVleet, Stephon Castle, Devin Vassell, Jeremy Sohan, and Victor Wembanyama. They were the first seed, which is kind of a surprise because other than Wemby, they don't really have a 90 overall player, but they do have a lot of good role players like Castle, Vassell, Jeremy Sohan, as well as John Collins, who's coming off of their bench. They have Brook Lopez, so they have 2 7-footers that hit 3-pointers. Brook Lopez and Victor Wembanyama. Let's see how things go here against the San Antonio Spurs. Game number 1 is a win for us. Let's go. Luka had 49 points, 10 rebounds, and 9 assists. 19 from Brown, 19 from James, 15 from Bridges. Game number 2 is also a win for us. Let's go. Christian Brown with 31 points and 9 assists. That's what I'm talking about. Connect had 25 points, 22, 7, and 12 from Luka Doncic. Game number 3 is a win for us, which means we're up 3-0 with Luka Doncic having another triple-double, 26 from LeBron James. At 41 years old, bro is shooting 50, 40, 80, averaging 23 points per game. Luka, Christian Brown's been having a phenomenal few game stretch. Hopefully he can keep that up. Let's see if we can sweep them, and we do not sweep them, but we do beat them in 5. Let's go. Luka Doncic with another 33-point triple-double. Mikal Bridges with 26. James with 20-point double-double. That is what I'm talking about. And now we're in the conference finals. We're either going to be taking on AD or the New Orleans Pelicans. Facing up against Anthony Davis in the conference finals would be insane. And that's exactly what's going to be happening. Anthony Davis versus former team LeBron James going up against Anthony Davis. They're both basically best friends. They've been teammates for a long time, and now they have to face each other on opposing teams, which is pretty insane. Let's see what happens here. First, let's see if they made any changes. So they have Kyrie Irving, Jaden Hardy, Klay Thompson, Anthony Davis, and Derek Lively. And then off the bench, they have Daniel Gafford, PJ Washington, Najee Marshall, and Max Christie. So they never made any moves to their roster. And Max Christie was also a player included in the Luka Doncic trade. So yeah, they never really made any moves to the roster, but Klay Thompson is playing really good this season. So is Jaden Hardy. Let's see how Kyrie's doing. Kyrie is averaging 30 points per game. He literally replaced Luka Doncic offensively. And AD is averaging 24 points per game. So this is going to be a hard series. Let's see what happens. Game number 1 is a win for us. Luka Doncic is out for revenge against the Dallas Mavericks for trading him. Puts up 42 points, 9 rebounds, and 7 assists. 25 and 13 from LeBron. AD struggled big time that game. That's what we need to play good defense on Anthony Davis and Kyrie. Game number 2 is also a win for us. Let's go. Luka Doncic had 32 points, 17 assists, and 17 rebounds and 6 assists, 20-point double-double from LeBron James. AD had 23, Kyrie with 25. Game number 3 is a loss for us though. Luka Doncic had 29, 25 from LeBron, but AD went off that game. 38 points, and he made 4 3-pointers. So he's hitting a lot of 3-pointers this season. From the looks of things, he made a career high 77 in the regular season. Hopefully we can win this game and go up 3-1, and that's not the case because AD is not letting us go that easily. 20 points from AD, 30 from Kyrie, 38 from LeBron. Where is Luka? He struggled that game. 18 points, 12 rebounds, and 14 assists. Now I'm going to come up with a defensive coach game plan. We're going to put Mikal Bridges to guard Kyrie Irving because Luka isn't the best defender, so we'll have Mikal Bridges guarding their best offensive player. Alright, I came up with a good defensive coach game plan. Let's see what happens here in game number 5. The Dallas Mavericks do have home court advantage, so hopefully we can go out there and win. And so far, we do have the lead, but it's still a really close game. They're pushing back here. 4th quarter, we're up by 16 points, I believe. And now we're up by almost 20 points, which is pretty nice to see. And it looks like we're going to be winning this game. Let's go. 123 to 110. We win by 13 points. Luka Doncic goes out there and puts up 34 points and 13 assists, 18 from Christian Brown, 18 from Mitchell Robinson, and 16 from LeBron James. In the Eastern Conference, we have the Boston Celtics taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers. So whichever team wins from here, we may be facing in the NBA Finals, and both of these teams are really good. That is if we get there, first of all. Let's see if we can beat the Dallas Mavericks to get to the NBA Finals. We do have home court advantage, and so far we do have the lead, but they take it right back from us. And they're up by 4 points, 8 remaining. Let's slow this down in case we need to jump in. If it's a close game, I'll be jumping in here any second, and it's not really a close game, so I'm not going to be jumping in. It looks like we're going to be losing this game, sadly. Luka Doncic had 31 points, 16 assists, 22 from Bridges, 22 from Christian Brown. LeBron James has been struggling these past 2 games, so hopefully he can pick it up a notch. And the Boston Celtics have made the NBA Finals. One of the best teams in the league, so if we get to the finals, we're going to have a challenge awaiting us. But first, we gotta defeat the Dallas Mavericks to make it to the finals. So let's see what happens here. They do have home court advantage. And so far, the first half, we started off really good. But hopefully we don't let them come back, and let's go. We're gonna be winning by almost 40 points, by more than 40 points. That's insane. We win by 43 points, putting up 155. That's crazy. In Game 7, that might be the most points in a Game 7 of the conference finals in NBA history. Luka Doncic had 42 points, 10 rebounds, 18 assists, only 1 turnover. Mikal Bridges with 26, 22 from Christian Brown, 19 from Mitchell Robinson. He's going off. Capella with 17 and 11. That's what I'm talking about. LeBron James kind of struggled, but I mean, he still had a double-double. He was close to a triple-double. And Luka Doncic goes on to win Western Conference Finals MVP, averaging a 33-point triple-double. Jason Tatum winning Eastern Conference Finals MVP. So now we're going to be facing up against the Boston Celtics, who are the number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. They have the same exact starting 5 as in real life. They have 3 players that are 90 overall, almost 4. Jaylen Brown is playing really good. Jason Tatum. And Kristaps Porzingis. I did not know Porzingis was a 90 overall, but that's pretty cool to see. And then off their bench, they have Peyton Pritchard, Sadiq Bey, Sam Hauser, and I don't know how to pronounce his name. But let's see how things go here. Game number 1 is a win for us. Let's go. LeBron James had 30 points, a 25-point triple-double from Luka, 20 from Bridges. Game number 2 is also a win for us. That's what I'm talking about. Luka with another triple-double, 30-point triple-double, 29 from LeBron, 15 from Christian Brown. Game number 3 puts us up 3-0, so we basically won ourselves the championship. But let's not get too excited yet. 39, 9, and 14 from Luka Doncic, 29 from LeBron James, 16 from Christian Brown. Now, let's jump into Simcast and see if we can win ourselves the championship. If we win this, that means we swept the Boston Celtics. And this is a close game, but let's see what happens here. And it looks like we are going to be winning ourselves a championship. Let's go. Luka Doncic had another triple-double. LeBron James had 31 points, 27 from Christian Brown. And there you go. The Los Angeles Lakers are NBA champions, with Luka Doncic winning Finals MVP, averaging a 31-point triple-double, as well as 15 assists. That is insane. He averaged 15 assists. Let me show you guys the player stats here for the playoffs. This was an insane playoff run. So here is the player stats for the whole playoff run. Luka Doncic averaged 32-point triple-double, 24 points per game. From LeBron James, basically 18 points. From Christian Brown, 17 from Mikal Bridges, 10 from Dalton Knecht, 7.5 from Mitchell Robinson, same from Clint Capella, 7 from Obi Toppin. Now let me show you guys the NBA Finals stats. So LeBron James was averaging 30 points per game in the NBA Finals at 41 years old, shooting 70% from the field and 60% from the three-point line. So LeBron, in his last playoff run ever since he's retiring this offseason, went off. Luka Doncic averaged a 31-point triple-double, 30 points per game from LeBron James, 7 assists, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. Amazing. 19 points per game from Christian Brown, 14 from Mikal Bridges, 10.5 from Dalton Knecht, 8.5 from Mitchell Robinson, 7.5 from Obi Toppin. This playoff run was really good, to be honest. We got to face Anthony Davis and the Dallas Mavericks, a team AD was traded to. We faced in the conference finals and took it all the way to a game 7, which was really interesting to see. I did not think they would be pushing us to game 7, but clearly they did. And luckily, Luka Doncic and LeBron James prevailed and went on to win themselves a championship. This was a really fun video to do. Luka Doncic traded to the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm excited to see how things play out for this team in real life. I'm not sure if they're going to be keeping LeBron, trading LeBron, but I would assume they would want to keep LeBron James on their team. I'm not sure, but but Luka Doncic is 27 years old, so they may be rebuilding a team around Luka and his age group. But I'm not sure, I guess we'll find out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to drop a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. I upload NBA 2K25 rebuilds very often, so make sure to hit that subscribe button, like the video, and comment down below what video you guys would like to see next. I think the next video we're going to be doing is rebuilding the Dallas Mavericks around Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving. So yeah, I'll be seeing you guys in that video. Until next time, it's your boy Dragon, and I'm out. Peace.